to another fantastic episode of Illustrate Radio. It's your girl T Gray. I missed y'all. I feel like I haven't seen y'all in a month of Sundays. I got my sexy chocolate body beside me with the fresh blowout. What's up, pretty?
Shout out, hello. How you doing, T Gray? We definitely missed you last week. I had to learn how to hold my own, and boy, it was a little. I felt like I was struggling a little bit, but I'm glad I got your ass back today.
Girl, lucky you got this. And you an old pro at this point. So you guys, it is good to see you all here streaming live from the Studio 202 DC Facebook page. If you're not right here live with us and you're going to see it later, make sure that you are consistently checking us out at 7 on demand on your Roku. Make sure that you are listening to us on iHeartRadio. Make sure you hop on our YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at illustrate_radio. If you're not following us, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but you need to get it together. Get it together. Today, you guys, later on in the show, we're going to be diving into our hot take. So I want you to be thinking about your answer to this question because I feel like it's a really good one. How do you set boundaries? So we're going to get into that later on in our hot take. We're going to get some fit that ish for you guys. But first things first, we're going to jump into this love and Lucky gonna follow a little just my luck. But today's love and is love and breathe. Breathe for just a minute. And let me tell y'all why y'all need to breathe. First off, y'all doing too much. And when I say y'all, I mean everybody. Okay, everybody needs to just take a minute and needs to bring it down a notch. How dare we, as people, set out to be so judgmental or the end all be all as to what's right and what's wrong in society. We want to chime in on what's right and what's wrong about how people's children are raised, what's right and what's wrong about how people dress, what's right and what's wrong. And society, I feel like, does enough nitpicking. It's enough judgment going on. And people never think about the back end of the judgment or the back end of what happens when you put these ramifications out there, these stereotypes out there. And I'm trying to speak broad only because part of what I'm talking about is in I spit that ish, and I don't want to blow it before I get there. But we have really just become a society, a super judgmental people. And I will only say, take a minute, breathe, take stock of what's happening in your life. As opposed to passing judgment on another person, another situation, casting what you think is right or wrong, or whatever society perpetuates to be right or wrong, stop for a second, breathe, take ownership of what's happening in your own life. If you choose to pass judgment on you first. Make sure that your shit don't stink. Make sure that you're not in a glass house throwing stones. Make sure that you're not that. Make sure that you don't perpetuate some of these stigmas that you fall and prey to and allow yourself to fall into a judgmental space. Make sure that you've got yourself totally together. Okay. And I don't mean just together in a financial standpoint, because I think when people say together, that's what a lot of people hear. Make sure that you're together mentally. Make sure that you're together emotionally. Make sure that you're together spiritually. And if, to be honest with you, if all those things were in line, you probably wouldn't even find time and or opportunity to be judgmental of other people. So that's my challenge for you all, you guys, for 2021. Breathe. Breathe, y'all. Let your own shit go first before you start worrying about everybody else's stuff, passing judgment on that. And just, be okay with you first. Start there.
Start right there. You start right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry. No,
so
my
we
rant.
got
I felt like I was ranting just now. I'm sorry.
no, because I feel like both of our topics are kind of going to kind of stem into what's going to be in the end as well, with our hot topic. So I want to say affirmation plus action equals magic. And that is something that I said about 3 years ago. We tend to put affirmation, we don't put enough affirmations out there, and we don't match them up with our actions. We will think and want and dream about all these different things that we want to do, all these things, different things that we want to be, all these different type of people that we want to be with, but yet we don't follow up with those same actions. We tend to say this is what I want, but you act a totally different way. And I'm going to talk about business relationships and relationships. Now, if a man or a woman wants to do something, they tend to go for it and they do it. And then sometimes when you get in a relationship with someone, you may not always want to do those things to get that person, to court that person. All right. And the same thing with business. We may not take all the necessary steps that it may take to actually grasp or do our research on it, on what it is that we actually want. We tend to drift, and we don't put as much energy. Sometimes we put too much energy into a person. Sometimes we put too much energy into our business and not enough energy into that person, or vice versa. But I'm going to say this. Saying you want something alone without following up with any action behind it is null and voided. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. Hold on. I'm sorry, because my kid's about to make me hurt him after I just said what I said. But anyway,
Let's not hope you heard me tomorrow. Child abuse on here, Kirk. Come on, Kirk.
we not. But anyway, I'm saying that sometimes we tend to. You can want a person, but wanting someone is not enough. You can want an opportunity, but wanting is not enough. You have to follow up with actions and a plan. And if you have done that at any stage in your life, if you have graduated, if you have obtained a license, if you've ever had a relationship, if you are a mother of a child or a father of a child, if you own a business, you know what it takes to do certain things. So please, please, please don't come to a grown woman being a little grown man, or don't come to a grown man being a little grown woman, acting like you got all of these things together when really you fucking don't. But you have it in you to have those things. You're just choosing not to do it. So I need for everyone to make sure that if there is something or someone or an opportunity that you want out there, make sure your steps and your actions follow. Because if not, you're going to run into issues, or you're going to lose opportunities or someone that could have possibly benefited your life in such a beautiful way. And that's my piece, because I'm done. I'm getting hot because I think I was having a flashback.
Listen, first though, can we talk about how you just listen? Because you just on that end of that, just my luck. I wish my head was down.
Oh, I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot just thinking about it.
Girl, so we're going to jump right into Spit That Ish. You guys, there's been a lot going on in entertainment. There's a lot happening. First things first, we're going to start with my homeboy Kirk. Okay, everybody is more than aware of the situation that happened with Kirk Franklin and his grown son. Let me put that word in there. His grown
ass son. His grown ass 33-year-old son. We're gonna say that.
So everybody's aware that the young man released the tape of them arguing back and forth. His daddy cursed him out. He cursed at his daddy. It was a mutual situation. Yes. And then follow this up with the son says he has another tape, and he's threatening to release this additional tape. He said Kirk Franklin has threatened to beat his ass in front of TMZ. He said, if you call me a liar, I'm going to release more tape. He said that his father battered him. He didn't press charges. So, one,
he being dramatic as fuck. I'm sorry.
At the beginning, I don't feel like Kirk Franklin should ever had apologized. But given his career, given his stance in the public eye, I get it. But I don't feel like as a parent he should have apologized. I, like everybody else, listened to that tape. And to be honest with you, I don't know the conversation prior to that part. I don't know the conversation after that part. The one thing that he said that I knew as a parent he wasn't playing was, if you ever disrespect me again.
Respect
What
me
that
again.
tells
I'm
me
gonna
listen. What that tells me is that your ass been disrespectful. And if you've
respectful.
been disrespectful to your parent, you gonna catch these hands. Like, I understand that when you're in Hollywood, maybe your dynamics are a little bit different. But I also understand the dynamic of a Black family. And I done seen Black mothers and fathers have to put their whole foot in their kids' ass. And to be honest
Yep,
with you,
sure.
because this is a man who is almost 33 and you still having temper tantrums, I feel like if at any time you felt battered, that was probably what you deserved in that moment. If your parent felt as if they needed to lay hands on you, Kirk could have been just delivering that spirit up out you. But whatever it was, I feel like because you acting like a bitch now, you probably was being one then too. And that's
No,
and that's
and
just
all
that's
right.
just
So
how I feel.
I mean, I understand as a parent. Sometimes our kids do not listen to the whispers, so therefore they got to get them screams. You see what I'm saying? I tell my son that all the time because I am very patient. We are patient as parents because y'all be trying this. Because if this was somebody else, your ass would have been body slammed somewhere else. And not that I'm condoning violence, because I'm not, but I'm also condoning that you are a grown man. And I understand that there might be some history behind that. You might feel away because he has other kids with his previous wife. He might even treat you a little bit differently because you're the oldest and he has expectations of you that are differently. I treat every child accordingly. I tell my kids I love you equally, but I do not love you the same because you all are different. You both have different tendencies. You both have different actions and characteristics. But I just knew for a fact that when it came to that whole conversation, this is not the first time. I'm also sure that you threatened your father too, the same way when you get into an argument and you're irate. Of course, especially when it's somebody that you love and someone that you sacrifice so much for and someone that you've given so much to, because I'm sure being the another child outside of their marriage, you got certain advantages that the other children did not, and vice versa. But I'm pretty sure he pacified those things. And you threatening your father, it just goes to show you about your character. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Get over it. Pull your britches up, go get your own, go be your own person, go do your own thing, and stop looking for attention. Because to me, this is all attention. And you're a grown man. Go get some counseling,
Yes.
go fix your mental health. I don't feel as though anything he said outside of, because I can tell that Kirk was very pissed off because he said, nigga, that shit came from his gut. That
Yes.
shit came from his gut
Yes.
and like rooted out. Like when Marlon, the comedian, your homeboy did that skit, dog. I
Yes.
died. I had to repost that shit like 3 times because it was like a revolution. He was having a revolution, like, oh, yeah, get
Yes.
your shit together. Get your shit together.
I'm gonna just say this one last thing, you guys, and I promise you we're gonna move on to something else. But this is how I know that at the end of the day, Kirk Franklin does love his son and actually gives a fuck. Because if you take a comparison, so let's say that between Kirk Franklin and how he talks to his son, and let's say 50 Cent and how he talked to his son. Okay. 50 Cent has publicly said so many negative things about his son. 50 Cent has publicly said he ain't shit, he ain't this, he ain't that, but I'm not gonna do what you ain't gonna. He has publicly dragged his son. And he was dragging his son before he was 18. Okay. Dragging him. And I feel like there's only so much responsibility that a child can have in a situation. So in that situation, you can clearly see, just being real, 50 don't give two shits about that kid.
About because
I
you don't
to
bash
them
your kids
today years
anymore.
old when I found out, you know what I'm saying, Kirk Franklin even had a son. But you've never heard him publicly drag his son or say negative things or whatever. And when they have these issues, even if paparazzi caught a piece of it, when they have these issues, it's been kept under wraps, it's been
It's
whatever.
not.
Even when he was cursing them out, he wasn't at
He
his
honored his
door. You
son.
ain't never heard of the cops being called, none of that. So I am one of those parents that if you get me mad enough, yes, I'm going to raise my voice. Yes, I might say what I say. I might put my hands on you. I might. But that's because you're my child. I love you. I need to teach you that there's a certain level of respect that you're going to give to me. I demand that.
Give to
And
me.
I feel like,
I require that. You're going to
right,
honor
it's,
me
I
just
feel
like I
like
honor
that's
you as
what
a parent.
he
You're going
delivered.
to honor
I
me as
feel
a
like
parent
the
as
way that
well.
he was talking to him, right, was more so in that vein as opposed to, I don't love you, I don't care about you. Now, if the boy mad because he got cut off financially, so what, sir? Go get a job. That's what real people got to do. But we gonna move on. We're gonna move on to something that I
Yep.
absolutely love. So
We're
I
going to move.
don't know if anybody else
Yeah.
has had 19 Crimes Cali Red by Snoop Dogg, but I have actually become a fan of the wine. I started drinking it, I don't know, last year sometime, and it's
Yeah.
really, really delicious. So he's doing more. Snoop Dogg is making more power moves with a new Cali Rosé wine. So I'm excited. It's going to be a blend of a lot of different things. A little Zinfandel, notes of fresh raspberry, strawberry, red cherry. So I believe you guys that it's probably going to be really tasty. Um, I again am super proud of Snoop. Snoop seems like whatever he touches turns to gold. But me being a wine drinker, I
To
am more
go.
partial to a white. But this red, like I really, really enjoy. So if you haven't gone out to pick up a bottle, you all go try it at
Go
least.
ahead and
Get
grab
you a
your
little piece
bottle.
of Cali red. See what this new rosé about to hit like. Um, Snoop says himself that he can't wait for everyone to snip on his new Cali rosé and bring those fresh feels of summer, okay, all the way into and beyond. So I'm excited. Are you a wine drinker, Lucky?
Oh yeah, I love me a Chardonnay. I actually hate red wines. I hate them to the core of me. However, I did definitely try his. It gives you like more of a sweet red wine type of feel. It's not bitter. It's not like a what they call it a not Sauvignon Blanc, Sauvignon Blanc, Sauvignon Noir. I hate those dry
Yes.
what Merlots. My sister, my family
Yeah, yeah.
loves red wines. I hate them, but his is definitely good. So I'm excited to see that he finally comes out with something that I'm going to really love and drink. I'm all about supporting our Black owned businesses. And even if you are a celebrity to me, that's still money circulating in our community because Snoop does so much for us. Let's just go out and support him. Even if you don't like it, like I did, I didn't like it, but I definitely, when I saw his picture on that bottle, when I walked into that liquor store, I damn sure bought it. So definitely make sure y'all go out and support him. Congrats to Snoop.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So another rapper that is doing big things is Drake. And I feel like Drake consistently is doing big things. So Drake is making history, you guys, by
Yeah, my man went
debuting
double
his
black.
songs in the top three of the Hot 100. You guys, he is holding down the first three spots. Um, Number one is What's Next, followed by Wants and Needs, which features Lil Baby. And then number three is the Lemon Pepper Freestyle, which I love, featuring Rick Ross. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that's my jump. That's my jump right now. I wish the letter was here so we could go straight on that song right now.
You
But I'm
know,
excited.
on that joint.
I'm excited for Drake. I feel like just as an artist, he's very, very consistent. And I think sometimes people begin to sleep on Drake or people start taking Drake for a sucker. And then he turn around and he put that light skinned biracial magic on that ass and give you this fire.
Let me jab you up real quick.
He's like, let me go up in my command roof and put this shit on y'all real quick. But just as an artist, I'm a fan.
Just when you
And I
thought.
know the kids now say being a fan is a bad thing. I don't know what other word to use. I'm old. I'm a fan. So I'm excited for him. What do you think about him busting out these top 3 on the Hot 100?
Drake, to be honest, Drake is just a talented person, period. He's one person that anything he puts his mind to, he does a great job at it. I mean, from acting to the music to writing to also producing, Drake is a fucking beast. He's a monster. I'm not surprised at all because I literally love almost every one of his songs, all of his albums that he's ever had. I make sure that I download and support. So like Drake is lit. Drake been lit. Like he actually is the only light-skinned person that's out there. It's like he's the only light-skinned person out there that I actually absolutely love and doesn't give you that I'm cocky because I'm light-skinned feeling. To me, Chris Brown more light-skinned than he is. Well, acts more light-skinned than he is. And I love it. I'm super proud of Drake. Go ahead. That's what's up. And it was also good. It was also good to see that Jay Prince also celebrated him by making sure they had a dinner together. And my man with like triple platinum or 2-time platinum as well. So that's you're on.
Uh-oh.
No, we not.
A little bit. It's okay.
No, we not. Okay. No, we not today.
So, you guys, Drake joins that list with the Beatles and Ariana Grande as the only acts to sit at 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. So, not only is just him doing that an iconic thing, but because he is a rapper, because he is a Black man, it is a whole lot of other things behind him making that move. And look at the company that he is in, that he can say, you know, the Beatles did it, I did it. That's an iconic move. This is something that's going to go down in history for him. So again, I'm super proud of him. So I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. When my papers printed out, things got a little bit disarray. I don't know what's next, but I'm in here. We're gonna jump into Lil Baby and his rap snacks.
I'm about to say Lil Baby, yeah, Lil Baby.
Yeah, his rap snacks. They're introducing a new beverage, you guys. Ooh, we lemonade. Okay. Ooh, we so what? I didn't know that Rap Snacks had drinks. Okay?
My baby.
I am learning today, you guys. So on Monday, Rap Snacks announced that it is expanding and will now feature a beverage line that Lil Baby will be rolling out. Coming in 5 different flavors: fruit punch, strawberry, watermelon, mango, pineapple, blueberry, and a sweet tea. Now, you're going to get diabetes, but try it. Try it. As you know, it's so many other celebrities that have already attached their names and their likenesses to the Rap Snacks. Rick Ross, of course, Boosie, Migos, Cardi B, Romeo. Like, this brand, let's just be quite honest,
my boo Trina,
is never going anywhere, and it's going to consistently grow. So if you haven't gone out and tried any of these, get you a nice Lil Baby combo. Okay, we're gonna call it the Lil Baby Grammy combo.
You know what I'm saying? Get the right snacks and the ooh-wee lemonade.
Ooh-wee lemonade, exactly. And see how it pops. Now, if it takes that you gotta smoke a little something before you have it, then okay. But you know, it might be cool. Absolutely we all delicious. For that. It might be absolutely delicious. Some of them Rap Snacks flavors, some of them flavors do slap. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Some of them do slap. Okay, so definitely go and see what it hits like.
Migos like slap.
See, lucky no. Lucky no. So this subject, you guys, it may be touchy for some, but it's definitely something that we need to talk about. We need to discuss. The Vatican declares that it will not bless same-sex unions, with the statement coming from the Pope that God can't bless sin. So I know on this show, we don't normally dive into religion or religious belief. I believe that sometimes that could be very touchy. And just as people in media, we have to be careful with what we say as to not to offend. That being said, I don't disagree with what the Pope decided, only because based on what the Bible says, he's not wrong. But if you're going to say we're not going to bless these unions and that you can't bless this because it's a sin, what I'm gonna need for you to also stop doing is touching little boys. That's what I'm gonna need.
Oh, girl, you took it right out of my damn mouth. Because I'm sitting here like I'm sitting here quiet.
That's just what I need.
I'm saying that
what I'm gonna need for you to do.
There is so many predators. There are so many predators and so many situations where y'all have turned these young men into gay men. Okay, because they trusted you. So if we're gonna do that, let's highlight that shit. Let's highlight exactly what goes on in the Vatican, how y'all be taking their blood. I'm not even gonna get into that. How y'all be sacrificing little boys and be sucking their blood out of their little pee holes, out of their little sucking blood. When they give them a circumcision, right? And even with Jewish cultures as well, you get a circumcision. They suck, the fathers suck the blood from the penis. Okay? And if that is not the gayest thing I've ever seen in my whole life and incestuous, I don't know what is. I don't know what it is. I was brewing, girl. I was sitting here like, I'm waiting.
The Catholic Church. I feel like the Catholic Church, and I'm not going to say that these things don't happen in other religions. That's not what I'm saying. But what I will acknowledge is that it seemingly is more ingrained in the Catholic culture. And I'll say that. The religion, the whatever, is more ingrained, almost as if it's a rite of passage. So if you're going to stand by God, if you're going to go with, I can't bless this because it is sin, if that's what you're going to do, that's your stance, then again, your stance needs to follow through in every area of your church. You all need to stop touching these little boys. You need to stop turning out these altar boys. You need to start, first of all, assisting in the prosecution of these Catholic priests who are touching these kids. Like, you put a hush on them, you put these muzzles on these situations and you cover them up. And then when it comes out, it's like, oh, we didn't know. No, you know so much. And it's so, and like, it's like I said, it's almost institutionalized. So I feel like if you're going to take this major stance, by all means, do your thing. That's what the Bible said. Do that. But make that stance something that actually rings true throughout your entire establishment. And just because you're not saying it's okay to be married, that doesn't mean that it's okay for you to rape little kids. It doesn't mean that it's okay for you to turn out these young boys. It doesn't mean that it's okay for
young girls to touch girls too.
Like, I'm tired. Like that. It made me so upset. It made me so upset.
It really did. It really did. Because my whole thing is as well, the whole Catholic community, the whole Catholic religion, and I'm not trying to offend anyone by any means, but I don't give a fuck right at this point. It's very barbaric. Because men, you restrain these men and you tell them that they can't have sex with anyone, because if you're going to be a part of this church, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do, acting like they also don't have needs and wants, and also may have also been touched as a young child as well. So you're telling them all these things that they cannot do. And a man's nature is to fuck. It's to breed. It's to have children. I understand their terminology behind it. But y'all might have to loosen up on some of y'all restrictions as well. So some of these things that are happening cannot happen, because it does have a mental wear on you. It does. And it ain't helping y'all age any less. It's actually making y'all age a lot faster. Because for us, it's reverse. For y'all got to do it, because y'all barbaric as fuck. So get that shit together.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just gonna lay that right there because I feel
Yep.
like we don't need to go into that anymore.
Yep.
But and look, and this is part of the reason why we don't really tap on religion too much
Talk about.
because it's
Yep.
so,
Yep.
because one, I don't ever want to come off as in throwing darts at your faith
Sensitive.
or your belief. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want anybody to then come and throw darts at us for what we believe. But just across the board, when it comes to this,
It's kind of,
calm down.
and again, my opinion is a reflection of my opinion. Is not a reflection of Illustrate Radio or anybody else. Just
Right,
like somebody else's
right.
opinion on something that I may do or may believe in spiritually is not for them, and that is fine. I learn to respect certain things and not get offended if someone does say, "Oh, I don't agree with what you believe in. I believe that there is a white man God in the sky that I want to praise. I don't believe in praising the sun." That is fine. I do. I believe in the sun. I believe God is in me because I am a God and a goddess. So I understand if I believe so different, but you're not going to offend me none if you try to tell me something about my spirituality or my religious beliefs.
Yeah. So you guys,
Pray like
that
that.
brings us to our hot take. So
Auntie.
totally switch again. Our hot take tonight, you guys, is how to set boundaries when you're friends with an ex. So your girl T Gray got to tread lightly on this one too, because some of my closest friends, not some, it's not many, I'm exaggerating, it's like one or two, like have been my partners before. And it is extremely hard for me to navigate friendship um, without any kind of extra notions there. Like, I feel like you got to have some really, really strict rules. And not one, I feel like you have to have rules for the person, but then two, I feel like you have to have rules for yourself. Like, it's certain actions that I'm not going to perform, and I'm not talking about like in a sexual or nothing like that, but it's certain things that I'm not going to do because I don't want to give you that notion that this is still an opening for you. I don't want to give you the notion that I'm still interested in you in that way. And I don't want to give you the notion of seeing me perform any girlfriend actions when you are now just my friend. I have to definitely curtail how I navigate my space and my time with you, especially how you garner my level of attention. It's rules to this shit. There's rules to this shit.
Facts.
That's
Rules
what
to a
I
lot of
do
shit. So,
to set boundaries. That's what I do to set boundaries. Like, it's just one, I'm not talking to you after a certain hour. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the pet name shit. I hate for a dude who's not with me to call me baby. That's like a pet peeve of mine. Don't call me that. I'm not, if I hang out, if I
I
hang
call
out
you
with you 9
baby.
times
I
out of
call you
10,
sugar and beautiful.
hey, listen, that's because you ain't had these treats yet. You don't know how good it is. If you knew how good it was, and then I'd had to leave your ass, and
You.
then you still want to
I
call me
mean,
babe, I'm
that
gonna be
might
like, hold up,
be for the. I might have to go on the love and I might have to go on the love and now, you know what I'm saying?
let me put that blowout is doing it for me. Do you understand me? The blowout with that baby blue and
Thank
them pink lips.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. But no, it's just definitely I set rules. Definitely set rules. People in my past, we may still work together in some capacity. And it is hard. It is hard, but if I ever see that that person is doing too much, or hell, if I'm doing too much, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm not going to allow a past situation to interfere with something else that I may have going on that could be fantastic. I'm not going to do that. But what type of boundaries, if any, do you set if you're friends with your ex, Lucky?
Well, I mean, I'm friends with a lot of my exes. Let's just say that. And I act the way I want to act. With each one is different. It's not the same because our level of our friendship level is differently. Um, if I'm still a friend, if I still consider you a friend, I'm very much still a friend to you on how I would be to my other friends. Now, I don't look at time. I'm not saying don't call me. I don't really have any like real structured rules, but I'm very vocal. Like, I will let you know, don't waste your time on me. I don't want to be with you. I don't like you like that. I'm not attracted to you in that way. I'm very direct with managing expectations. If I feel as though we can't hang out without you afterwards blowing up my phone, or when you see me in public, you gotta call, oh, you look good as shit. I'm trying. If I will treat you like a little boy and tell you, oh no, you can't do that. But I feel as though my actions will pretty much tell you how I feel about you. And I understand that some women, I'm also very flirtatious, not intentionally. People say that about me. Um, so I try to limit certain things, but I'm not going to stop being who I am around you. Now, if you cannot handle it, if I feel as though, oh, you cannot handle being my friend, oh, you want more, or you're just doing a little bit way too much with the aggression and the calling me and the ownership and all of that shit, I will block you. And I will tell you that I'm going to block you. Control, alt, delete like a motherfucker. So I don't like to get lines blurred. Now, if I'm in a relationship with someone and then my exes are trying to, I do establish boundaries as well with that, saying that, oh, if I'm with them, I'm going to answer, oh yeah, I'm with my guy at the moment. I'm gonna link you later, or I'm out, or I'm busy. But I'm gonna be very straightforward. You're gonna know, like, I don't fuck with you like that. So just don't call me. We cool if I see you in public, but we're not about to be all chummy chummy. And sometimes I feel as though you need a buffer period. You need to allow people a chance to get over you. So therefore, no rules really have to be established. And that's what I like to do. I will, if depending on who it is, I will give 90 days, 30 days, a year and a half. I literally had this one guy blocked for almost 2 years. Finally seen him in public. It was all love. It was no love lost. I didn't feel any negative malice. But the only reason why I did that is because I felt as though he could not get over me. He couldn't get over the fact that he's so used to girls like tripping over him and wanting him all the time because he's a very attractive man. And he also looks very great on paper. But me and him are just like oil and water. And I realized that at an early stage. No matter the effect that I may have had on him, he may not have had that same effect on me. But I understood that. And I was like, okay, all right, no love lost. I see you in public. We good. But then I had to go back right and block him again because we had lunch and now it's, oh, you know, I can't live without you, bro. You're going to have to because I can't take this shit. Like, I thought you was going to be cool. But again, allow yourself a buffer period, you know what I'm saying, to get over shit.
Yeah. But see, that's definitely why it has to be boundaries. It has to be rules. Because I feel like if you're in love with the person, okay, and then that person decides that the relationship is over, but you don't have that space to heal. Once you see that person again, that's where your emotions still lie. You're still in love. You still feel some kind of way. And you can't quell a person's feelings or emotions for you. So that's why in being friends with the ex, you definitely have to tread super, super light. Unless your intentions is to dangle that person or, you know, lead them on, or you have some other underlying advantage, whatever the case may be, by continuing to keep that person in your life. But if you're going to operate under the bane of, we were friends before the relationship, so we should be able to be friends after. Lucky is absolutely right. You do need that period. You do need that break.
That buffer period.
And I feel like it needs to be a break without contact. Because if I break up with you on Monday,
that's exactly what I say.
Okay, and we still on the phone Tuesday, to me that's then confusing. To me, that then gives you the notion that, right, that I'm leading you on in some shape, form, or fashion. And so in my past, trying to think about my exes, in my past, like I've had some exes who were really cool, but if we hung out it was like, so like just cool. They weren't trying to come after me. I wasn't trying to come after them. Even if we did flirt, one like Lucky, I'm a flirt by nature. They didn't take it any kind of way. If
Any
they
kind of
flirted with
way,
me,
yeah.
I didn't take it any kind of way. You know what I mean? You not all up on me, kissing up on me. Like it's not that. It's legitimately we had got to a place and to a point where we could hang out, we could have a great time. You gonna go home to your house, I'm gonna go home to mine. You know what I mean? And there's
yep.
right, but it's a rarity. I feel like it's a rarity to find, and not only find somebody that you can continue to be friends with, but find somebody that like that still respects you enough to then respect the new person. Because
Yeah,
sometimes the
respect the
friend you
boundaries.
say, you know, yeah, I
You
don't want
change, you
nothing.
ain't the
We cool.
same.
We just gonna hang. But then you start dating somebody, and here comes this new nigga, and now they in their feelings. Now they flustered.
And let me
You know
tell you
what I
something. I
mean?
don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying
Right.
fuck from here to there, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna manage your expectations. I'm gonna let you know this is not what it is, bro. That's why I say your affirmations have to follow up with actions. Because affirmations is not just something that's just for yourself to grow good things, but it is also for things that you put out there that I say out of my mouth. I'm going to affirm by taking my feet and following up with action. Okay. If I tell you that I don't fuck with you like that, or if I tell you that we cool, but we're not really in that relationship field, like you said previously, I'm not going to do things in that manner to make you feel that way. However, I am friends, like even my female friends, I will wine and dine you. I will give you compliments. I will tell you how beautiful you look, but I ain't fuck them though. So that's the difference. so, so
Yeah.
I will make sure that I'm also not crossing that line of making sure that we're not having any kind of sexual contact, but there are different levels of intimacy. I have some friends that, you know, I may slap them on their ass, or I may rub a breast here, or I might hug, like even my male friends, I might hug or kiss on the cheek. And they understand, like, you know, I respect her as far as she lets me. So really the boundaries start with you. I don't really set boundaries for other people. I set boundaries for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you that you can't call me. If you call me and you don't get me, then you'll eventually realize that you can't call me, because I'm not going to answer you. If we hanging out and you want to do certain things, okay, chill, you good. You're good. Don't do that. You know, so actions and affirmations, again, they start with you. So you set those boundaries up with yourself, and everyone else they're gonna have to follow. It's not gonna be a choice. Loyalty and not loyalty, being honorable starts with honoring yourself first. So if I want someone to honor something that I'm actually saying, even though their actions may say they want something else, or their feelings may say they want something else, they're going to respect that. And that's exactly why I'm still able to be friends with a lot of my exes, if not all of them, because of that level of respect that I have for myself. So it starts with you.
Well, Lucky just spoke a word, you guys. Okay, I hope you all received it. Okay. Yes, I hope you all received it. Okay, missionary Bishop Lucky has spoken. Okay, I'm gonna just need for you all to pass the collection plate. Yeah,
To the left, all the way around. And we're gonna have DJ Stiletto, make sure she come in and she get us out on a little word.
She just spoke a word. Now, not that I'm your ex, but now I feel some kind of way because being one of your female friends, I've been wined and dined, but ain't nobody slap my ass or grab my titty, so I feel
all right, so I'm gonna tell you though, because look, look. See, Greg, I was gonna get into it a little bit earlier. He said I ain't had your sweetness, and I'm like, you know what, you right, but I think I'm gonna have to go on the Love and Show to talk about that. Sex talk with T. Gray. That's what we're gonna say that. We're gonna say that for you, because don't feel no type of way. Because trust me, it's only because Corona hit. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. If it wasn't for Corona, I do. I love you. I love you, and I love them lips. I love you. I love everything that you
So
got
silly.
going on. And the only reason why I ain't touch you yet, because I wasn't sure if that was a boundary that I should cross. Because I'm like, T. Gray gonna be one of the people like, bitch, what the fuck? Don't be touching me. You know what I'm saying? I was a little nervous at first, but now that I got the green light, my friends love to say I'm the gayest straight person that they know. I am the gayest straight person that you're gonna know.
It's like that for a lot of people. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Trust
This has
me.
been so much fun.
Look, I'm gonna just sip on that.
Look, and you enjoy. So, you guys, to recap, leave Kirk Franklin alone. Okay. Go and grab you some Lil Baby rap snacks and the ooh wee lemonade. Okay.
The ooh
Support
wee
your boy
lemonade.
Yes, because he's doing big things.
Download that album.
And we not rocking with the Vatican, okay? Because ain't no Catholics on this screen.
Ain't none at all.
Set you some boundaries, and if you
don't want to allow gay shit, stop doing gay shit.
There it is. Set you some boundaries when you still trying to be friends with your ex. If you don't want to give up no ass to your ex, set you some boundaries.
Don't
lack of boundaries,
right, and don't put yourself in
that.
And don't.
That's what I'm saying. A lack of boundaries is going to have you putting yourself right back into that same position. Keep in mind that that person is your ex for a reason. Okay, so if you're gonna
and they got feelings
start
too.
swimming in that pool, you better get you some flippers, get you a little life preserver, get you some little things that going
get a life jacket, bitch, because your ass might drown.
Yes, and act accordingly. Keep even like I said, keep some rules for yourself of what you will and won't do, so that you don't find yourself treading down that path. If you're not sure, whatever the case may be, don't go into no situation that you can handle. Some people legitimately cannot handle being friends with their exes. So if you know that, don't do it.
Don't do it. That's it. Honor yourself first.
That's it. Yes.
And I just want to give a special shout out. Yeah, I think we did too. I want to give a special shout out to K Monroe Studios. She's the one who laid and slayed my daughter today. Everybody was going on me when I was telling y'all to join me live, and y'all saw my pin curls and I ain't having no eyebrows or whatever. But she's great at what she does. She's all about healthcare and being healthy. And y'all also look out for Tay Tame That. She's another person that I also work with very closely. She does locks, extensions, all natural hairs, all of that good shit. So y'all make sure y'all check out Tay Tame That. And I will also be doing kid hair. Yay! Out of Tay Tame That Studios too. So look out for the hair oils. It's also going to be helping with the growth serums and stuff like that. But yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all where to find me real quick. Magical AF Podcast on Instagram, and on YouTube, and on Anchor, Spotify, all of that other good shit. Make sure y'all also follow Scentsy Sweet, and that is Scentsy, SENSI, Sweet like luxury, SUITE. Yeah, we got some specials and stuff going on. Make sure y'all check my products out at Brackish Waters, at the National Harbor. I was told that we sold some rums today, so shout out to Brackish Waters. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, and I love a residual check. So that's what we all about, these residual checks. So where can they find you, T. Gray, Love, and?
Y'all gonna find me right here every Wednesday, streaming live to our Studio 202 Facebook page. And you guys can find me on Instagram at the love below _sex talk with T Gray. And if you need some one-on-one, you want to get you some sex advice, you hit up my website, www.sextalkwithtgray.com. I am giving sex advice up until the end of April. It is free. Starting in May, the consultation fees will be applied, but up until the end of April, you get one free consultation. So merch is there. What I got going on is there. Links to everything. If you looking for me with a flashlight in the daytime, hit my website. You'll find me there. Catch all the episodes of almost everything that
I might
doing.
have to.
You might have to.
I might have to.
And don't forget to check us out. Go ahead. It's a delay.
I was about to say I might have to get. I was about to say, might have to get my pussy powers smoothie sold on your website, because that helps activate some natural powers and our beat it juice for our men. You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
tell you
Y'all
something.
go to her for
I said
the,
one better
y'all
word.
go to her for the advice. Y'all make sure y'all
None
check
but a
out and take
word.
advantage of that free consultation, because I will be. Hmm.
Yes.
Can't wait. I'm
Amen.
excited.
And we will be right here again, you guys, next Wednesday, streaming live from the Studio 202 Facebook page. Make sure you also check us out. Download that 7 on demand through your Roku app. We are there every Wednesday, 8 p.m. And make sure that you're following us at illustrate_radio on Instagram. Make sure you're following us on YouTube. Make sure you got your iHeartRadio tuned in. Don't miss it. We will be back here again next week. Me and Lucky, DJ Stiletto's going to be in the building. Dope ass guests going to be in the building. All too much fun. We will see you all later. Bye bye.
Bye.